All right. So next, this is your guy. You had hit him up on IG when we had 2.5 subscribers to get on the show.
Yes,
so
I
we got
remember.
Nikhil Webb Walker. So I watched this film, and before we get into this film, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we're going to be breaking down everybody, including all the Buffs players as well. But right now we're focusing on the guys coming in. But I like him. 6'6", 275. Huge edge. He's originally from Jamaica. I'll go over his stats last year. He had 5 TFLs. He had 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble,
Mm-hmm.
and had good stats. He's coming to us, I think, with 3 years left, which is going to be good. So again, before we really get into this film, oh man, lost my headphone. But before we really get into this film, he's a project, and that's not a negative thing. He's a guy who is all the intangibles and physical traits that you want to see from a football player. Like just incredible traits, and some things that you just can't teach. Now, he needs good coaching for sure. He needs good coaching. And a guy that he reminded me of, because he was raw at first too, was Iggy Ansah. I don't know if you remember him.
I kind of remember Iggy, yeah.
So he was a DN. He was from Ghana. Freak athletic. He was a DN who ran 20 point something in the 200 meters, I think, or like I said, like just super athletic, but had to get things, really secured as far as his technique and bend and things like that. And that's what I see with Nikhil Webb Walker is he's going to have to get his technique sound more. He plays really high, but he has some things that you see when it gets cleaned up, he's going to be a monster for opposing quarterbacks in tackles. So let's get to Let's get to his film. And again, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, so
on
more
all
people
platforms.
can keep seeing these.
Yeah,
on
these breakdowns. It matters.
So here he is right here at the bottom of the screen. One, you see his explosion off the ball. 6'6", coming on crouch, explosion off the ball. Causes the fumble when he tackles a quarterback. So let's go through what's actually happened on this. So he's the edge player, or he's not the edge player, sorry. He has, so he's the initial force player. But once this happens, this guy is a secondary force player. So now he is going to be the new guy responsible for the edge. So he comes here. They have this center pulling, and he beats the pull. Messes up the entire play. Now, when beating the pull, he has the length at 6'6" to where he can go disrupt the quarterback trying to run the option and get it to his teammate. And we'll see from the tight angle. That's a hell of a play, man. So watch him right here. We'll do a full speed, and then we'll do it slow motion. Just a great play.
Oh, yeah.
Really good play. And you see how disruptive this is. Let's go right here. And what I really like is, even though he has technique and stuff to clean up, there's no hesitation in him. So you'll see the ball's hiked. Okay, I'm getting upfield. Oh, there's the puller. I'm not going to run into the puller. I'm going to keep making my way upfield.
Eye on the ball.
Beat the puller, and then strip the quarterback.
That's
That's
a
an elite play
dog.
right there.
That's a
That's an
dog
elite
right
play right
there.
there.
And you know how much I
And
push in them trenches. That's what I like to
oh
see.
yeah, yeah. You love them trenches. 99 right here. Here he is. So right now he has option. So what he has to do is, well, he's gonna make the tackle, but what he's trying to do is allow his team more time to get there. Because what he could have done, which I see a lot of players do, is right now they were just taking off full speed at the
Mhm.
quarterback. That's what he wants you to do, because then he's just going to pitch it and now everybody's out leveraged. So he doesn't initially take off. He's holding right here, trying to maintain his space. But at the same time, in this, I don't believe he's the pitch player. One of these guys are going to end up being the pitch players because we got 3-on-2 outside of the linemen, but one of them are going to be the pitch players. So he's holding until he can't anymore, and then he goes and attacks the quarterback. Attacks the quarterback, tackle for a loss. Now, this
God,
was an
great job.
amazing play
Show patience. Didn't
by
rush.
him. And this is what I was talking about in the DJ McKinney video, which is something that can be taught. He's not trying to take on this guy at all. And could he run into him? Cool. That's not going to do the job. Hey, I'm going to make you miss. And then I'm going to go make the tackle. That's a hell of a play. And then back to Nikhil. The reason this played out better is because him waiting right here to make the quarterback make a decision and then triggering versus just triggering up front. And that's helping your teammates.
Get in position.
None of that showed up on the stat sheet for him. None of that shows up. You don't get a stat sheet for hitting a quarterback after he gave away the football. But he played that to the best of his ability so that his teammates could be there to rally. We'll be able to see it again from the tight. So now after he makes a decision, goes to him, beats that block. Figure out a way to get around him. Don't just run into him and allow yourself to be blocked. Get around it. That's when you talk about people. Number 2, I like that. That's a legit play. Let's see. I think this is him right here at the top of the screen. There we go. So catches the ball. He got did bad right there. But let's watch what he does on this play. That spin move was insane. So it goes upfield. And this is what I'm talking about, where you see that there's things that need to be taught. He's standing too tall right now. What you want to be able to see him is dip, and you hear it bend the edge where he can get skinny on the outside and then get around the edge and get to him. He still ends up winning that and then get into the cornerback or the quarterback. But what you want to see is just better pad height when he's playing,
right?
So that he's able to win those battles. Because when you're standing straight up like that, that's an easy target to block. When I'm covering a receiver and the receiver standing straight up, that's an easy person for me to press. So you got to learn how to use your body to get around and give less of a surface area for a lineman to block.
Right.
So I got him right here at top of the screen.
Wow, he came off that fast.
So it was a good play. Could have been better. But you see just natural ability. He's able to make plays. He's so close on a lot of these plays. So here, gets upfield. Now, what I want to see him do here is I want to see him take a higher angle. Once you see him rolling out, you want to take a higher angle. So then, like I talked about with Chidozie, how Chidozie wasn't running upfield, you see him start to run straight upfield and then realizing, hey, I need to go this way, which allows this quarterback to outrun him. Versus if he comes here and right here, puts his foot in the ground and start coming at this angle,
right?
Then that messes up the quarterback. Quarterback either gets sacked or has to turn back this way. But again, these are things that can be coached. You can run drills on these. And I see that he has the potential to just be a monster on the edge. Yeah, Nikhil Webb Walker definitely has the potential to do some really great things. needs to get coached more, needs to improve on technique, and get in a situation where he can really learn. And I think this is a good situation for him. Like I said, I think he has 3 years left of eligibility. So you get in there with a good DN coach. And part of this is in the weight room too, as far as flexibility and being comfortable with lower pad height. And these are things he can be working on now. It doesn't have to be during spring ball practice, doesn't have to be just during fall camp in the weight room and things like that. They can help him, one, get stronger in those different angles, and then understand how to use your body powerful. Because that comes into squatting, box jumps, all of those things involve your body coming from a coiled position and being able to jump and be explosive. So him getting better at that, being able to use his pad height better, and really teaching them, like, as good as those plays were, he wasn't using his arms to how he can. He's 6'6". Like when he really uses his arms to do everything he's capable of, like it can be amazing. And back to what we talked about with DJ McKinney, coaching can make all the difference. This is where you see coaches separate themselves, when they're able to get a guy who has all the intangibles, the size, everything you want, and then get him to where he needs to be technique wise, so he can really take that jump.
Right. No, I agree 100%.
So yeah, I'm excited about him. We'll have to have him on the show. I just didn't want him on the show with 5 or 5.5 subscribers and get 6 views. But as we grow, we'll talk to more people. But I liked his film a lot. Think he has a lot. DJ McKinney, like his film. We just got to polish some things, but you can see the ability there.
He's got it.
And LaShawnte Wester.
That's your guy. Speed demon. I'm excited to see what LaShawnte do for us on special teams, though. I mean, I think that's going to be a clear upgrade, right? A clear upgrade.
I just want the ball in his hands. He is electric. Now, I don't like the Deshaun Jackson comp for him as a receiver, because they have different. I think LaJohntay's a lot better running the route tree than Deshaun. Deshaun, even at his age right now, he can go on the field and just outrun people.
Yeah.
Like he just is
stupid fast.
It doesn't make sense. But I do think LaJohntay is better at running the full route tree than him. And Deshaun is one of the greatest of all time of taking the tops off of defenses. So yeah, I'm
him and Tyreek, huh? Yeah, no.
Yeah, both of them.
Because Tyreek can take a top clean off. No, I'm excited about LaJohntay. I'm excited what he's going to bring to the Buffs. Shedeur, another weapon. So,
and these guys, obviously LaJohntay stats were already crazy. He's already polished. But the guys, DJ McKinney, Nikhil Webb Walker, you know who used to get guys like these in the NFL? Bill Belichick and the Patriots.
Oh.
He used to, and that's what had made him so great. And even Saban did this sometimes. But they'd find guys that may be overlooked by a lot of other people for whatever reason, stats, however. But they might break down film and say, hey, a lot of the mistakes I'm seeing are just simple mistakes. You know, he might not have been being coached right. Let's bring this guy in. Let's see what this guy to do. Nobody was in on Malcolm Butler.
Nope.
And he had some years as a great corner, you know, for New England. And I think Coach Prime's staff, outside of, you know, we did get some bona fide starters that were already polished, but this is where you really see them work, man. So I'm excited to see how these decisions end up playing out as far as getting these guys that, hey, they might not be as flashy as some of these other players, but we like what we see on film. We like the potential that we see in them, and we want to bring it out of them. And having, because at each position, we have bona fide guys.
Right.
So that makes it great for this situation, because guys can learn from them versus if we got a position where we don't got nobody that's like a guaranteed starter, and we got someone we're trying to mold, it's like he might not have somebody to learn from or to look up to as far as getting that experience and improving. But yeah, I think these guys are going to be good. It might not be year one with Colorado where they instantly clicks, but that's not what football's about. And that's why we got so many more people.
Right.
Last year in the transfer portal, Coach Prime had signed like 2 weeks before the first signing day. Outside of a few guys, everyone else was just who was available. He was just trying to get warm bodies on the team that knew that what a football looked like because of how bad it was before. But this year in the portal, we could get depth. So we're not,
which makes a big difference, especially with that new playoff format. You know, you got to be able to go. Man, you got to be a long season. You got to be able to go. You got to have that to handle that wear and tear because it's different now. It's going to be real different.
Absolutely. So we're not just getting guys that have to play immediately like we did last year. Like if you was the transfer last year, you're like, hey, I know I'm playing. They ain't got no choice. So I know I'm playing. But now we got guys that can sit back and learn. And this is what we talked about before as far as transfers versus high schoolers. McKinney's going to have 3 years. Nikhil Webb Walker is going to have 3 years. Like that's equivalent almost to a high schooler, especially a high schooler that's only going to be at your program 3 years. So we're getting transfers. We're getting younger transfers that have a chance to develop in our system, to develop around the coaching staff and get to learn and be a part of that culture. So I think it's really good to get guys like this. Again, if y'all got some more old 22 film, because I'm able to hunt some down, but I can only get 3 games with LeJontay. So those weren't handpicked games. Those are just the games I had available. So if I can get more, y'all can see a lot more. Nikhil Webb Walker, that's the only game I had on him. DJ McKinney, I had a few, but he was playing spot duty, so it was hard to find a lot of good clips. But yeah, more old 22 film. We got Jalen Wester video coming soon.
Linebacker.
BJ Green.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see BJ Green. I'm excited to see BJ Green because everyone's saying, think how many hurries he had last year. So I'm really excited to see what he looks like because his stats weren't jumping off at all. It was like 5 sacks, and I think he was like 80th in the country for sacks. So again, stats can lie. So that's why I want to see the film of him to be able to see what actually was happening on plays, how his pass rush moves were, and things like that. So he's one I'm really excited for. Preston Hodge. I'm working. I promise you. I'm trying to get that film bad.
You know they want that
Trying to get the Preston Hodge. Oh, I got the Slusher, so that's gonna come soon. I got Slusher just from TCU for sure. But yeah, the Preston Hodge, seeing him ranked number 1, seeing people talk about him, I really want to see the film on him to see what position, because I've heard him being a corner, I heard him being nickel, I heard him being a safety. So I want to be able to go down, do my evaluation on what I think he's gonna fit best at going forward. And yeah.
And I think you know, that Shedeur video with these throws, because we're showing all these wide receivers, and then you're watching these quarterbacks these guys are playing with. And I think that being able to show how good Shedeur is by reading down the field and making these throws, you know, how much this going to upgrade these wide receivers too.
Yeah. Shedeur made some throws that you may not have been able to realize on the TV copy, but were insane throws. Like mechanic wise stuff that's just not supposed to happen. And that's the crazy thing about it, bro. We don't talk about Shedeur and Travis Hunter much. And it's because it's like we're so desensitized to how great they are. Like it's so rare that college football teams get a quarterback and receiver of elite talent like that. Or a quarterback and corner, like 2 guys that could potentially be Heisman finalists, 2 guys that could be top 5 picks. But it's just everybody knows it. So that's why we're trying to give you the stuff that you don't see, that may not be as obvious or apparent to the casual viewer, and just break it down for you guys so you can see what we got. But you know, I'm definitely hoping with who y'all seen, LeJontay, Nikhil Webber, as we keep releasing these videos, that you guys get more and more confident with what Colorado has as far as on roster and who we got through the transfers and obviously high school, because I think our team is significantly better than last season.
And see, that's why we be telling you guys, you know, that FanDuel line is something to look at. FanDuel line is something just to look at, just to peek at, because, you know, I mean, which is cool. Like Colorado, like, you know, you're going in, you know, we're not being respected, number one.
At all.
number two, we're gonna get everybody's best.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be throwing the kitchen sink, running plays that they probably wouldn't normally run because all they're trying to do is get the dub, right? So, and I think it's great because even getting the college football playoffs, Colorado's they're gonna get used to playing everybody's best.
Like I told someone in the comments, that's what we expect and that's what we want. I want you to want to beat me because it's gonna hurt that much more that you hate how we talk, you hate our swag, you hate what we do, and you still can't beat us.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling in the world is you being fully motivated and still can't do nothing with me. And I know that's what we're going to bring to the table. So I'm excited. LeJohntay Wester video that.
Please like, subscribe, share, comment, get us out there, man. We appreciate this. We appreciate
absolutely. Keep shouting us out. We're on Twitter. We suck at Instagram, but we're on Twitter. We're on YouTube, obviously. Apple, Spotify podcast. You guys can check us out there. CT uploads it there. And yeah, we're just going to keep this thing rolling. Make sure y'all comment any other players y'all want to see. And we'll holler at y'all next time.
Yeah, we're going to get at you guys next time, man. Appreciate you guys spending time with us. T. Cal came up with an idea for our first live video. I'll let him drop that on you when he's ready.
Yeah. And I might as well do it now before we hop off. So we're going to be doing the Xavier Weaver video right before the combine. As we know, he's going into the draft, was the only Buffalo invited to the combine. And we're planning to do a live stream on the receiver day when he's doing his combine testing and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in watching the combine or watching Xavier Weaver, you guys can watch along with us, or you guys could be, doing something else and just be getting updates on what's going on. So that's the plan right now. So make sure y'all tune into that. I'll drop the dates and stuff for that later on. But yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys.